Hello everyone, this video is about the changes to clinical items that we made on ChildTrax. There's basically 4 changes. These changes are intended to reduce some of the reports we're having about confusion the users would experience when adding clinical items. So I'm going to step through the 4 changes real fast, and I think you'll see the benefit to it. The first change is when you actually come to clinical items. Let me get away from that screen and go back to it. When you first come into the clinical items, everything will be in a collapsed state. Now, if you don't know what a collapsed state is, like this goal here, big will work on intellectual development needs is in a collapsed state. If you expand that out, then this is the expanded state of that goal. All right. And it shows every child level item for that parent, top parent item. So that's the first change, is when you first click on clinical items, it'll be in a collapsed state. The second change we made, we added 2 buttons at the top. One is expand all, which will expand every goal out and show all the children underneath the goal. And the other change is collapse all. So you can actually collapse them when you come back. So that is the second change, is expand all, collapsed all. The third change is we added a zoom in icon for each top parent level. When you click on zoom in, it actually is going to take away everything else on the clinical item screen and just show you that one, that parent item and all its children in an expanded view only. So now as workers come here to do something with this particular parent item, it keeps them here. It doesn't return them back to the other list where they were getting lost and couldn't remember what goal they were working on. So it'll stay here. No matter what they do, it'll stay at this screen until they return to clinical list. And then we do leave that goal expanded when you return in case, oh, I forgot to go and adjust their frequency. Then they know right where they were and they go back and adjust that frequency. So that was the third change. The fourth change is when you add a new clinical item from the top parent down. So let's go ahead and click add here. We can add a goal. We'll say it starts today, has a target date of 1 month later. And we'll go ahead and save this, and we'll leave it in the general information section. So let's go ahead and save it. The save was successful, and what the system does, and this was the biggest area that users were getting lost. They go to add that top level, and it would return to the list, and then the users couldn't remember which one they were working on. So this one will be in a zoomed in state as soon as you add that top parent, and then you can go ahead and start adding the stuff below. And it's going to leave you here until you're totally done with it and click on that return to clinical list. So you can build out that whole goal. There was a lot of users getting lost from when they added this parent. It would go back to it would go back to this screen. Then they couldn't remember where they were. So then they had to hunt for where they were. But even now, when you return to this screen, the one that you were last working on will be in an expanded state. So, and that was the fourth change. Now the same thing adds, like if you zoom in here, and you go ahead and add something else here, it's going to stay in that zoomed in state until you return it to the clinical item list. So And then once you return, it again will be expanded out. So that concludes this video. Thank you for your time.